I'll start by creating a purchase order using the Create Purchase Order Advanced app. First, I'll choose the vendor. I've only got one in this company code, so just select that. I'll leave the document type as standard purchase order, and then in the account assignment category, I'll choose A for asset. Then I'll enter a short description in the text. Obviously, you'd normally enter a bit more like the make and model, etc. Then I enter the quantity and the unit of measure. I could enter the exact delivery date if known, but in this case I'll leave it as default. I'll enter the plant and also the material group. The material group here will suggest the asset class if we create an asset in the purchase order, but it's the asset class that dictates the actual GL account. When I press enter, the system automatically goes to the next mandatory step, which is the price. In some cases, you can enter the price in the line item overview next to the delivery date, but in this setup, I need to enter a condition type for the price and enter the price next to it. When I press enter, the system jumps to the next tab, the account assignment tab, for me to enter the asset number. I could enter the asset number of an asset I'd already created, but I'm going to create a new asset in this screen by clicking on the Create Asset button. In the pop-up, you can see it's already chosen the asset class from the material group, and it's chosen the asset description from the purchase order. All I have to do is add a cost center. If I want to add anything else, I can click on the Additional Details tab. On saving, you can see the purchase order number at the bottom left of the screen. I don't have the workflow app set up in Fury, and it's different in each organisation, so I've not recorded the approval phase, and we'll go straight to the goods receipt. I enter the purchase order number, and then select the line item that I want to be receipted. I could add more information about the delivery, such as a delivery note number if I wanted, or I could change the quantity if not everything was being delivered. On saving, a pop-up shows the material document number. I can then open the material document in the Material Documents overview. This shows me the detail of the goods receipt, and I can then scroll down to the process flow. In this case, as the goods receipt was non-valuated, there's no accounting document. The next step is the Create Supplier Invoice app. I enter the invoice date and the posting date, if it's not already defaulted in. The invoice number is mandatory and goes in the reference field. Although the invoicing party field is mandatory, if I enter the purchase order number and press enter, it should find the vendor number automatically. As you can see, it's pulled in all the details from the purchase order, including the purchase order amount, quantity, description, etc. And all that remains is to enter the actual amount from the invoice. In this case, the invoice amount agrees with the PO, but if it didn't, I'd have to change the document in the line item as well as in the gross invoice amount at the top of the page. Otherwise, the balance of the invoice would not be zero and I'd not be able to post the invoice. I can click on the check button to make sure everything's okay before I post, and I could also simulate the postings if I want to. The pop-up at the bottom left of the screen says invoice successfully checked, so I can click on the post button at the bottom right.